Starting in supported Supta Baddha Konasana. For supported, you'll bring one block long ways, one block like a T. You'll bring the long block to your lower back and then start to drape your spine over it. Then adjust your top block as a pillow. Bring your feet to touch, knees open wide, arms down by your sides, just focusing a little bit more on chest opening. As I stated, we're focusing more on lower body stretching today. Taking a little slower. Soothe. This time of year, build some heat. And you can close your eyes or keep your eyes opened. Just really start to soften onto your space. Focus on your breath. If you're not taking the supported variation, feel free to take your arms overhead for a different kind of shoulder opener. If you're on the blocks, I'm going to recommend you keep your arms down by your sides, as you'll pull yourself into a deeper back bend otherwise. But your body, you play with it. Just a couple breaths here, just settling in. Noticing the ebb and flow of your breath. And there's two ways to think about your breath. Either continuous, rolling each inhale into each exhale, or pausing between each. Today I'm focusing more on rolling each breath into one another. Continuous breath. But if you prefer to pause or take a different kind of breath, go for it. One more full breath here. And roll to your side if you have the blocks. If you're not on the blocks, no worries. Just so that you can take them out. Come back to your Supta Baddha Konasana, but plant your feet into your mat. And then pull your right knee into your right side body. Option keep your left foot planted or extend your left leg long, starting to get a little bit more into your left hip flexor and your right outer hip. When removing pose, option to stay here. Option to come into a half happy baby if that is comfortable for you this early in class. And again, you can plant your foot into your mat or stay in a wind removing variation or both. You can rock a little bit side to side, start to warm up. And if you'd like, another variation is to come into your supine figure four and release your hands behind your left thigh. Avoiding releasing your hands behind your knee just because that puts a little bit more tension on that joints. You can always pull yourself deeper. Again, you can rock from side to side, press your lower back down. If you took this supine figure four, come back to your wind moving pose on both legs. Just a half wind moving pose, really. More like a modified happy baby in this moment, but press your lower back down. Just a transition option, plant your right foot into your mat, extend it long. Option to come into your half happy baby if you did so on the other side. You took the variation. On the other side, still feel free to come into your supine figure 4. And each will have a different benefit. Your supine figure 4 will focus a little bit more on your outer hip. Your happy baby will focus a little bit more on your inner, your groin area, and your right hip flexor. So it really depends on what section of your hips you need to open up right now. We're going to focus on all sides throughout class. So I thought I'd give you the option to take the variation that serves you best at the very beginning. You took the supine figure 4 or the half happy baby, come back to your wind moving pose. And then pull both knees into your chest, rock side to side, and then forward and back. We'll meet in a quick boat pose in Navasana to start to warm up your core. Pull your shoulders together down your back, touch your feet down. Option to lift your toes up. Option to reach your arms out. If you notice that you start to cave in, reset focus. The very beginning of class on finding your long spine. Just more of a warm up for these cold days. And then cross your ankles, step back to your high plank, shoulders over heels, over toes. And then take a moment to focus on your hand connection to your mat. Spread your fingers as wide apart as you can. Take a big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your chest toward your thighs. But keep your awareness on your hands, your fingers, hips. So everybody's hands are different. Some are small, some people have long fingers. My husband and I have very different shaped hands. But the nice thing is that you can spread your fingers wide to create a more solid base. And then drop your head so you can gaze to your feet, bend into one knee, and then the other, start to warm up your hamstrings. So it's completely okay if your heels are really high off your mat. You can bend into your knees just a little bit more to tilt your tailbone up toward the ceiling. You'll pull your shoulders a little bit by ears, so then relax them back down. Then drop your heels just to wherever they land. If this is too much of an incline for your wrists at the moment, always feel free to grab blocks. This will change the incline and possibly force you a little bit more into your heels. Inhale your right heel up toward the ceiling. Stay grounded in your left hand and your right. And then open your hip. Draw more weight into your right hand than you think you necessarily need, so that the twist is only in your lower body rather than in your shoulders. And then add on some additional movements. You can extend and bend your knee, take hip circles, both sides. You won't be here too long. This might be a strong hamstring opener for some. Just to start warm up. When you're ready, come into a runner's lunge option to come down to your left knee. Step your right foot outside of your right hand, squeeze your right knee into your right shoulder. And just start to stretch out through the front of your left hip, the outer of your right. No, it's still very early in class, so you might want to add on a little bit of a quad stretch, but that might be intense. So find your level. Your foot is easily accessible and you'd like to take the vine, go for it. Or you can just kick your heel towards your glute without actually capturing it to get a little bit of a stretch without too much sensation. Drop your left toes back down if you took a variation. Lift your back knee up. Inhale, high plank, step your right foot back. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Take 2 full breaths in your downward facing dog, shimmy it out. Maybe notice the difference between your hips and your hamstrings. After taking that only on your right side. Ground down through both hands. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale, bend into your left knee, open up a little bit, and then press a little bit more into your left hand. There's a lot of tendency to press more into your more base hand, but right your shoulders. And then take your hip circles, bend, and straighten your leg. Find as comfortable a stretch as you can. Press your chest to your thigh. One more full breath in our one-legged downward facing dog. Then inhale your right heel back. Exhale, runner's lunge, step your left foot forward. Option to stay in the high variation if coming down to your back knee is an intense stretch. Or you can come down to your knee, stretch out a little bit more through your right hip flexor, your psoas. There's more than one, but that's one everyone thinks of. And then again, the option to draw your heels toward your glute, intensifying the stretch a little bit, maybe adding on the quad. Maybe you grab your foot, maybe you don't. There's lots of levels to this pose. One more full breath in your runner's lunge variation. Land your back toes. Lift your right knee off. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog as we'll meet Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet behind your blocks if you have them, or just your wrists. Bend your knees generously. Option to grab opposite elbows to make this more of a lower back release. Option to interlace your hands and come into a bigger shoulder rinse. Or you can interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck for a little bit more extension through the crown of your head. And then just focus on your breath. Keep a generous bend in your knees, but feel free to straighten one at a time. Then bring your feet about hip distance apart, spacing 2 fists, or to touch depending on what feels best for your leg. Minor bend in your knees. Inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time, head, neck, last to come up. Exhale, stand in attention pose, equal standing pose. Option to close your eyes and start to center in. Find your weight in your toes. Maybe you'll shift forward. So press a little bit more into your heels. Lift your arches up, pull your shoulders together and down your back. Option to find a steeple grip at heart center. Interlace all 10 fingers except for your pointers. Inhale, extend in mountain pose. Option for the steeple grip or traditional, your choice. Then pull your shoulders together and down your back and start to ignite your legs. Press into your toes, squeeze your thighs together. Pretend like there's a block between your thighs. Make your entire lower body active. Inhale, finally through your arms. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. Press into your left foot. Pull your right hip forward. Draw your belly button in and up toward your spine. And then lengthen through your arms so you can get a little bit more depth. Inhale, back to center. Stack your joints. Exhale, side body stretch to your left. Press into your right foot and then your left. Pull your left hip forward. Draw your belly button in up to hug your spine. Lift your chin away from your chest. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips as slowly as you'd like. Focus a little bit more on lower back strength. I'm going to inhale, cue for a high halfway lift, hands above your thighs, and then shift your weight into your toes. Try to make this just a slight back bend. And then engage your hamstrings, right? Spread, pressing down into your toes. Lift your chest, pull your shoulders away. Create space in your spine. Take one more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Keep your right foot forward. Come down to your left knee. Inhale, low crescent Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up overhead. Pull your left hip forward, your right hip back. So there's a tendency for it to want to open up to the side. Squeeze your hips together and then sink down. Maybe find a little bit of back bend. Maybe you close your ribs so you can focus more on the stretch in your right glute. Take a big inhale. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. Option to tense your fingers on your mat or block, or keep your right hand on your right thigh. Option to drop your shoulder forward or pull your shoulder back. Play with it and find what feels better in your body. And then maybe sink down a little bit, but squeeze your left hip forward, your right hip back. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, high to mid plank, or stay in your high plank for strength. Inhale, upward facing dog if you're taking that variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift, step your left foot to meet your right, hands above your thighs for a long spine. Exhale, forward fold, we'll take that on the left. Inhale, extended mountain pose, find your steeple grip. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side body stretch to your left. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back, come down to your right knee. Toes are uncurled or curled. Inhale, low crescent, right hip forward. Squeeze your hips, reach your arms up overhead, breathe. Find the stretch that you need in your right front hip. And then relax your shoulders away from your ears. There's a tendency to pull them up when you reach your arms overhead, so just take this moment to relax them back and down. You took the side body stretch on the other side, bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach your right arm overhead. Option to drop your left fingers to your mat or a block, or keep them on your thigh. You notice that your right hip is opening up to the side, squeeze it in. Magnetize your thighs in toward one another. And then press into your left big toe. Inhale, low crescent. Exhale, low lunge, ground down through your hands, lift your back knee up. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, high to mid, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, baby cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge, weight in your left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, step to the top. Exhale, forward fold, we'll add on just a little bit. Inhale, low crescent. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side body stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, side body stretch to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, baby back bend. Squeeze your leg. Press your hips forward, lift your chin. Breathe. You can bring your elbows out wide. Take more of a goal post arms, or keep your steeple grip to stretch out a little bit more in your upper back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward. Inhale, low crescent, reach your arms overhead, adding on. Exhale, half split, start to straighten your right leg and tense your fingers. Flex your toes toward your face to get into your calf. Like I said on last week, if you're focused more on a quad stretch, you can come down into the variation. If you're focused more on hamstrings, you'll stay lifted with your left hip on top of your left knee. And then squeeze your thighs together, minor bend in your right knee, lengthen through your lower back. Feel free to round forward. Draw your chin toward your shin rather than your knee toward your nose for the hamstring. If you're more focused on a lower back release, bend into your knee, and then you can bring your forehead to your knee. It all depends on where you're trying to go, what you need in your body. One more full breath here. Inhale, walk your hands forward, lift your back knee up. Exhale, high to mid plank, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, weight in your right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Find your grip. Exhale, side body stretch right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side body stretch left. Inhale, center. Exhale, baby back bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, low lunge, left foot forward, right foot back. Come down to your right knee. Inhale, low crescent, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana on your left. Flex your toes toward your face. Squeeze your hips together. Hamstring variation. Hip over your knee. Toes flex. Maybe a minor bend. So you get the stretch mostly in the meat part of your muscle. Away from your knee. And your hip attachment point. Again, feel free to come into a more quad stretch variation if that serves you. Make a similar shape to the other side, but also check in. Does your lower back need it more? Does your hamstring need it more on this side? Our everyday activities throw our body out of, I don't want to say alignment, out of a balance. We might favor one leg or side in our everyday activities. So sometimes it's nice to just check in and see, is one side more open, more strong? Do you need to pay a little bit more attention to the stretch or the strengthen on that side? One more full breath. Inhale, walk your hands forward, curl your right knee off your mat. Exhale, high to mid plank, your variation of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, baby cobra, your twist. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, chair pose. Uttanasana. Sink your hips back and down. And then start to tap your fingers down and lift your chest. Option to bring your hands to heart center or reach your arms overhead. And breathe. Press your weight into your heels. And then just tilt your tailbone slightly under so you feel the outsides of your glutes turn on just a little bit. And then drop your hips, pull your belly button in and up. Breathe. Focus on your lower body. And feel warmth come from your ankles to your shins through your thighs as you work your legs just a little bit. But continue to breathe. And relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Option to bring your hands to your mat, shins lower if you prefer. Exhale, high to mid plank, flow through your chaturanga, your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right heel to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Tense your fingers on your mat. Keep your left heel lifted high. Inhale, long pyramid. Start to straighten your right leg as far as feels comfortable. Similar to our half splits. Starting to warm up our hamstrings just a little bit more. And feel free to come from your low lunge again to your standing pyramid, your long pyramid. You don't have to make it static. You can make it dynamic. One more full breath here. When we flow, we'll take this out. Then stack your right knee on top of your right ankle. Inhale, high crescent. Reach your arms up overhead. Pull your left hip forward, your right hip back. Breathe. Then relax your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, option for a double lunge, or just bring your hands to heart center. Squeeze your thighs together. Feel free to straighten and rebend. Again, focusing on bringing warmth to your lower legs, fresh blood flow. Notice what happens to your shoulders as you bend your knees. Mine are at least going forward when I straighten. You might want to pull back just a little bit more as you straighten in order to keep your joints stacked. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Adjust your stance as needed. Pull your left arm back, your right arm forward. Set your gaze over your right fingertips. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Bring your right arm by your ear. Tent it on your shin. Draw your left arm high. Or hold your beach ball as we breathe. Minor bend in your right knee. Anchor down through your right heel. Draw your right heel toward your left arch. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, star pose, rise up. Exhale, horse pose, sink low, shimmy side to side. Again, warming up our legs. Tuck your toe just slightly under so that you can feel length from your lower back to your shoulders, and then pull your shoulders back and down your ears. Away from your ears, rather. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach back, side body stretch, just like we've been doing. And then press your right knee open. Focus on your breath. Your inhales to reach, your exhales to go a little bit deeper. Take one more inhale. Exhale, high to mid-plank, cartwheel down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take two full breaths here. Start to pedal out your legs. Maybe notice the difference between your right and your left hip and hamstring. And feel free, as always, to take sips of water as needed. My son kind of runs around telling us to hydrate, although he means a popsicle. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. Lift your right heel really high. Inhale, long pyramid, straighten your left leg as far as feels comfortable. Keep a minor bend as much as you need. Again, you can do low lunge straight to your long pyramid for more of a dynamic stretch. And if you happen to feel really comfortable in long pyramid, you can flex your toes toward your face and lift your toes off your mat. Lengthen your chin toward your toes rather than rounding your forehead to your knee, just to focus more on the hamstring, the lower back lengthening. Come back to your low lunge. Inhale, high crescent, stack your shoulders above your hips, reach your arms up to frame your face. And then take any wiggles that you need in your toes to find a solid foundation. Come back to your breath. Bring your hands to heart center, helps you do that. Then do that variation. Find a strong high crescent, lift your heel high up, and then draw your heel right above your toes. Take a big inhale. Exhale, double lunge if you took it on the other side. Feel free to bend and straighten through your back leg. Again, bringing heat, blood flow. If you prefer to focus on the hip opening, you can drop your knee down and rest. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two, adjust your stance, heels to arch alignment, pull your right hip back, press your left knee open, set your gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Sometimes it's nice to bring your left leg, your right hand to your right hip, so that if you notice that you've tilted your right hip bone up, you can adjust a little bit. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. One more on your breath. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, prepare for triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. And for an option for your beach ball, your oblique variation. Stay lifted. Or you can bring the crown closer to your hand for a little bit more support and stability. Inhale, star pose, rise back up. Exhale, horse pose, bend into both knees, shift side to side. Wake your hips up a little bit more. Feel free to bring your hands to your thighs, take some twists. If you're feeling really warm in your hamstrings and your hips, feel free to come to a half skandasana. Maybe not all the way down, since you're gonna keep moving from side to side. Also known as a lateral lunge. Some people call it ice skaters. When you're ready, come back to your horse pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, Virabhadrasana. Press your left knee open, reach your left hand high, then slightly back. Always the option for your half bind if your shoulders feel open enough for it. And then pull your left shoulder forward, gaze to your right foot. Take one more big inhale, reach. Exhale, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, baby cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, 2 full breaths here again. We'll just do one flow, one breath to 1 movement. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, travel your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, high to mid plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, skipping the long pyramid. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, straighten to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, full breath. Inhale your left heel to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse pose, sink low. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, full breath. Inhale your right heel high. This is for the changes. Exhale, high runner's lunge on your right. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Come down to your back knee. And then go straight into the quad stretch if that's where you're going, deepening the stretches that we've already experienced. Or feel free to take this as a more restful runner's lunge. Come down to your forearms. Or just let your head drop. Squeeze your knee toward your shoulder for more of an outer hip stretch. For more of an inner thigh, take it more as a lizard pose. Flex your toes. Keep your ankle in line with your knee. 2 more full breaths here. Round up your hands, inhale your left knee up. Exhale, Skandasana, full variation, flip your left toes up toward the ceiling. Tense your hands, drop your hips low. Option to bring your hands to heart center or keep your hands on your mat. If you have a half bind in your practice, feel free to tuck your left hand into your left hip crease. Now this pose can be done with your heel down or your heel lifted wherever you feel comfortable and safe. Heel lifted for people with more limited range of motion in their ankles, like most people, does help get you deeper into the hip opener. That's why Olympic lifters often wear weightlifting shoes, which have a slight heel, but it's so that they can get the proper depth in their squats. But it does make it a little bit of a balancing pose when you're not wearing Olympic weightlifting shoes. And then if you feel comfortable, drop your hips all the way down to your mat, pull your right knee into your side body, inhale your arms overhead, exhale, pivot, so you can take a forehead to knee variation. If this feels uncomfortable with your knee off to the side, feel free to drop your knee in for more of a quad variation, or to come into a half Baddha Konasana legs, where you draw your foot into your thigh and let your knee drop open. Inhale, back up. Exhale, plant your hands into your mat. Come into a gate pose. Stack your right knee on your mat, your right foot behind you, and then draw your right hip on top of your right knee. Press your left foot to the side, tense your left fingers, inhale your right hand high. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. Pull your left shoulder forward, your right hip back. Option to flex your toes toward your face if that feels more comfortable for your ankle. Inhale, back up. Exhale, both hands on your mat. Prepare for wide-legged forward fold. Plant your right foot back into your mat, lengthen, and then pull yourself deeper into the hamstring stretch. And if you already have an inversion practice, and that by inversion, we are already in inversion with your head below your heart, headstand, feel free to come into it. No rush, just letting you know that this is your option to play. You can also take this as a deeper hamstring stretch, grab onto your ankles and pull yourself a little bit deeper. And if you're in your headstand and you feel like challenging yourself a little bit, keep one leg straight up. And then work to extend the other leg down toward your mat. Option to lift straight back up. And take that on the other side. And also keep your legs wide. and kind of teeter from side to side like a teeter-totter. That plays a little bit more with the hamstring opening that we've had for our class, completely optional. Inhale, wide-legged halfway lift. Exhale, prepare for full pyramid pose. Walk your hands toward your right foot. Keep your left foot a little bit outside. Pop your left foot in a little bit and then start to straighten your right leg. So again, forehead to knee pose is a little bit different than pyramid pose. If you're working more on that connection, bend your knee generously so you can make sure your forehead and your knee connect. You're focusing more on the hamstring lengthening. I do find blocks helpful for providing stability in your lower body first. And then you can pull yourself deeper and release. Option to stay in your pyramid pose, option to come into a standing L or standing splits or a different variation. Still hamstring stretch. Just maybe playful. Then feel free to take handstand hops from here if that's where you're going. For a little bit more of a workout. For your arms, rather. And my pyramid pose, you have plenty of a workout for my legs. Draw your heel back. One more full breath here. You're in standing splits, land softly. Inhale, lengthen through your lower back. Exhale, flow through your chaturanga high to mid plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last standing series of class. Inhale, your left heel high this time. Exhale, high runner's lunge on your left. Come down to your right knee right away. Option to draw your right heel in and find your quad stretch. Or a more restful runner's lunge or a lizard variation. And again, listen to your body on your right and your left side. Notice if this side needs something different than the other one did. It's okay if the sides are off. It's just important that we check in and even them out. One more full breath in your runner's lunge. Inhale, back up to your hands. Exhale, Skandasana, attacker pose. Again, remember, you have the option to lift your heel off, or you can keep your heel grounded, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Heel grounded may involve more of a half horse variation, which is a little bit more strength. And again, you can take a half bind, so keep one hand on your mat for stability, or keep both hands at heart center. You already find this stable. Bring your hands down to your mat for a little bit more stability in the transition. And then drop your right hip down to your mat. Either pull your left knee into your left side body, drop your foot, your knee down, your foot into your right thigh. Or, I actually find this harder, find the quad stretch. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, seated forehead to knee pose variation. You can use your inhales to find a little bit of a halfway lift, your exhales to fold a little deeper. Inhale, your shoulders above your hips. Exhale, prepare for your gate pose. Anchor your right foot down. Stack your left knee onto your mat. Kick your left foot behind. Bring your shoulders above your hips. Turn your right foot out. Pivot your right hip forward, your left hip back. Inhale your left hand high. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. Option again to flip your toes up toward the ceiling if that feels more comfortable for your ankle. Or turn your foot at a diagonal to the top edge, the back edge of your mat. Inhale back up. Exhale, plant your hands and prepare for a quick wide-legged forward fold. Straighten your left leg, hop your legs back, drop your head down. Option for shoulder rinse this time. You do it on the other side, feel free to take a fold. And just one full breath here. Maybe bend into your knees a little bit more for more of a lower back release. Release your binds if you took them. Inhale, wide-legged halfway lift. Exhale, prepare for your pyramid pose on your left side. Pivot your hands toward your left foot, hop your right foot a little bit closer. And again, you can use your blocks or your mat. Lengthen through your lower back. Again, if you prefer forehead to knee variation, bend your knee generously so you can keep your forehead to knee connection. And then only straighten your leg as far as you can go with your forehead to your knee. You're focused again for the hamstrings. Lengthen through your lower back, lift your chin away from your chest. If you're curious about the difference, play with it. If you took it on the other side, feel free to come more into a standing split, standing L, your variation. Maybe take your handstand hops for more arm strength. Great job. Two more full breaths here. Land if you took the balance variation. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, last chaturanga of class. Inhale, baby cobra, upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right heel high. Exhale, half pigeon on your right, bring your right knee to your right wrist, your ankle toward your left, level your left hip down. And then take a moment to stack your shoulders above your hips, find a little bit of a back bend and front body stretch. Feel free to stay lifted or come into a restful half pigeon. It's always nice. I like to have blocks for my head to rest on. My arms don't have to do any additional work. But that's completely optional. We haven't done that many twists throughout class. So if you'd like to add on a twist, you can thread your needle, left arm through, right hand stays on your mat. Rest your left temple. But we'll still do a supine twist at the end to make sure we get all movements of our spine taken care of. Press into both hands. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left heel high. Exhale, half pigeon echo powder as you come testing on your left. Flex your left toes, walk your hands back. Stack your shoulders above your hips. Take a little bit of final work. And feel free to stay here, work on your bind variations. Or if you'd like to be more restful, either twist to your left or rest your forehead down on your arms. 3 full breaths here. Bring your hands on your shoulders, find a little bit of your spinal extension. Take a big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to your hands. Exhale, have a seat on your mat. Extend your legs long in front of you. I'll cue for traditional forward fold Paschimottanasana, but if you'd rather take a wide-legged, go for it. Inhale your arms overhead, bend the knees just slightly as you start. Exhale, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Maybe wrap your fingers around your big toes. Exhale, fold forward, pull your shoulders away from your ears. Now this is the more active variation where your shoulders are pulled down, your back, everything's still working despite being the end of class. If you would rather this be more restful, bend your knees a little bit more so you can rest your forehead down a little bit more. Or you can always bring a block underneath of your knees. And then rest. One of my instructors does say that just because she has really good upper body strength, she's always able to pull herself deeper into a stretch. So also use your core. If you notice that you're using your arms a lot, like use your core strength as well. So every once in a while you can release your toe hold, see that your core is still working, and then pull yourself deeper and then engage your arms so everything stays active. Release your bind if you haven't. Inhale, back up to the seat. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale your right knee into your chest. Exhale, supine for your four. Right shoulder stays grounded. You draw your knee across your body. Option for eagle legs to pull yourself deeper into the twist. Or you can pull both knees on one on top of the other for less. Depends on the variation you want. The traditional variation is somewhere in between the two. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switch out your legs. Left knee comes in just like the beginning class. But this time, exhale, supine twist on your left. Left knee comes across your body. Gaze toward your left shoulder. Glue your left shoulder down. And the option for your eagle legs, a weighted variation. Or both knees one on top of the other. Less of a twist. Or just one leg up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, pull both knees into your chest. Option for a full happy baby. This time, press your lower back down and rock side to side. Feel free to straighten one leg at a time. Keep both knees bent and focus more on your lower back massage. 2 more full breaths here. This will be the last pose I cue for. If you feel warm enough for a different couple more final poses, go for it. The next pose I will cue for is Shavasana, our final surrender. When you're ready, release your hands from your feet. If your feet are cold, put socks on so that they're not cold in Shavasana and you're not thinking about that the entire time. Inhale your forehead to your knees to your forehead. One last burst of effort. Exhale, Shavasana, extend your legs long onto your mat. Bring your arms down by your sides and just relax down. When you're ready to leave your mat, start to bring awareness to your fingers and your toes, your ankles and your wrists. Roll them out.